Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to let you in on one of my top secrets about growing melons, because last year I did everything by the book and I still ended up with bitter, cracked and disappointing fruit. So what went wrong? Well, here are the 5 things that I wish I knew before planting melons, and today I'm going to share all of them with you so you can start to grow sweet, fragrant, heavy melons like this. As you can see here, this is from this year's harvest just about 2 months ago, and it will make you feel like you're doing everything right and feel like a backyard boss. So let's dig into it before it's too late for this season. So let's talk about my biggest melon mistake. Now, I was so excited to grow melons. I had the seeds, I had the space, I even gave them their own area, as you can see. But what I didn't realize is melons are divas. They're not like pumpkins, they're not like zucchinis. They're extremely fussy, and they want the right heat, the right timing and the perfect soil, as well as the perfect watering rhythm. And if you miss even one of these, you might even end up like I did last year, with melons that looked amazing on the outside, but they were extremely bitter and empty on the inside. And this year I changed everything. The results blew me away, as you can see from that first opening scene of the video when we were breaking down the melons in half, cutting them, and they're absolutely amazing. They're juicy, they're sweet. So if you miss the right window, if you feed them wrong, if you plant them in the poor soil, you are definitely wasting months of your time and your effort and your energy. So let's talk about the 5 things I wish I knew before planting lemons. Starting with number 1 is timing. Timing is everything, because melons hate cold soil. If you plant them too early, the roots just sulk. So I want you to go ahead and wait until the soil is at least 18 Celsius, which is equivalent to 65 Fahrenheit, and that's when they start growing with enthusiasm. In Melbourne, I now start seeds indoors mid-October and then transplant late November. And you can also use a soil thermometer, and it changed everything for me. I just simply got mine from Amazon. Number 2 is give them room to room. And I used to plant my melons 40 centimeters apart, just like cucumbers. Big, huge mistake. These vines, they need at least 1 to 1.5 meters of space per plant to stretch, to breathe, and to develop fruit. And when they're cramped, they won't produce properly. You'll get small, stressed melons in between. Now I plant 2 vines per mount, and I give them an entire row to sprawl. Number 3 is feed them like hungry teenagers, and melons are heavy feeders. I used to just plant them with compost and then I just let them go. I thought, oh, they'll grow with time, but that's not enough. They need regular feeding with compost heap, they need seaweed solution, or even fermented chicken manure. So when I started feeding them every 10 days, I started to see a huge difference in fruit size and sweetness. And here's a fertilizer tip for you. Melons love potassium during fruit set, so you can add in a banana peel tea or even ash for natural boosts. Also, number 4 is watering, because less is more at the right time, and this one is huge. I used to water every single day, but too much watering during ripening actually dilutes the flavor and causes cracking. Now I started to cut the watering drastically once fruit starts forming and the sugars concentrate, the skin firms up and the taste is amazing. Now here's a mistake. One overwatering after a dry week split my best melon, and it was a total heartbreak as well to see that happening. Number 5 is don't rush the harvest, because melons would not ripen once they are picked. They're different to other fruit, and they're different to other veggies as well. You have to get it at the right time the first time. So I want you to look out for these 4 signs that make sure that your melon is ready to be picked. Yellowing at the base, a sweet smell at the stem, a slight crack near the vine attachment, and when the fruit slips off with gentle pressure, it means that it's ready. So I picked one early once and it looked perfect, but it was just bland. Now I always wait for that slip test. Trust me and trust the signs. And my best melon tips and companion plants is combining it with things like basil, because it attracts pollinators. Combine it with sunflowers because it provides shade and also will give that vertical support as well. And also more flowers will result in more bees, will result in more melons, because they love pollination. And I plant basil and also sunflowers around my melons now. This year I didn't try it, but I was also doing it in the previous years as well. And I fed my chickens leftover melon rind. They love it, and in return I get nutrition rich compost as well as beautiful yellow yolk eggs. So let's talk about why I keep growing melons, why they're, absolute favorite. Because melons are demanding. Yes, they're absolutely dramatic, but when you slice open that perfect homegrown fruit and the smell fills the air, your kids rush to take the first bite. There's nothing like it. It's not just a melon, it's basically symbolizing months of care, patience, compost, hope, all in one bite. So if you've ever failed at growing melon or you're about to plant your first one, I hope this has helped you in any way. Let me know in the comments, have you ever had a melon disaster or a sweet victory? Don't forget to hit that like button, share this with a fellow grower, and subscribe for more honest, practical gardening tips and tricks as I learn them along the way from our backyard to yours. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. All the best.